Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for taking just a few minutes to join us. Some of you have hosted at our conference before, and others of you, this is your very first time. We have about 20 volunteers total for the conference. So I'm so grateful for everybody's time and hosting a session or being a greeter. There's multiple people doing multiple different things. So thank you so much for everything that you're going to do for us next week. It really helps us to just have a really smooth conference. We are so excited about the new space that we're in. We have visited there several times and it is really awesome. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you just a layout of our space, just so that you are familiar with what it's going to look like before you come and where you're going to go. It is definitely, the layout is very, very simple. So let me share my screen with you. And I have probably 100 tabs open at this point. So I'm going to find the right tab that I need and share that one with you. Okay, can everybody see the layout of where we're going to be?
Yep.
Okay. So this is kind of the layout of our space. We're going to be on one floor all together. You see the Magnolia Ballroom. This will be the main room that we'll be in for general session. Our lunch will also be in here. Magnolia Foyer will have exhibit booths down the hall here. We will be having a professional photographer come. We are so excited about her coming. She's fantastic. She actually took some photos of myself and also Allison. She will be taking professional photos right here by the staircase as you walk up to the second floor. So really excited about that. It's honestly worth the price of admission, I think, alone to get an updated professional headshot if that's something you're interested in. So that will be here, not showed on the screen. Registration will be these 3 purple tables here. We have exhibit booths here, all along here. And then right here is an elevator to come up to the second floor, bathrooms here, some exhibit booths here, and then all 5 of our breakout rooms are along here on the left. So we have Mulberry, Hawthorne A, B, C, and Alders Boardroom. So they're lined up in a straight line right here. Outside of the room, we'll have a easel that'll say the name of the session with the session code on it, as well as everything will be in the app. But just wanted to kind of show you, it's one floor plan because we're on the same floor and everything's right there. So before we were kind of crossing back and forth, we're all together in one space, which is going to be really, really nice. So any questions about the layout? Okay, so then let me stop sharing. Most of you that have volunteered are either kind of welcoming, you're in the hallway, thanking people for coming, showing them to where the registration is, pointing them towards the bathrooms. But a lot of you are volunteering with us to host a session. So I am going to share my screen again, and I'm just going to go over the host packet that all of you will be receiving. Okay, are you able to see the host packet?
Yep.
Okay, so this is just a sample of the host packet that you'll receive. And what you'll do is you will pick up this host packet at the registration table. So Sarah Whitman will be the person who, many of you have met her before. She will be the one that will be handing you this packet, and it will have the time of the session, where the session is located, and then the code for the session. So for example, this one is E1. And then there will be instructions that you can familiarize yourself with on what to do to host that session. So before each session, at the end of what is prior to it, we have a 15-minute buffer. So that buffer is for a lot of things that happen. One, so that people can go to the bathroom and move from session to session, but also gives you the time to go to the registration and pick up your packet. You're also going to be introducing yourself to the presenters, learn how to pronounce their name, and just get to know them a little bit, make sure that they have arrived, and that ask if they, need anything. The AV group will be coming around to each session to ensure that PowerPoints are up and ready to go. Everyone has submitted their PowerPoint to a Dropbox, and I've labeled all of them so that they should be ready to go in each room that the session is being conducted. So it should already be up and ready. If not, AV is coming around to kind of troubleshoot some of those technology things that may be happening. I will also be coming around. So if we haven't gotten to your room yet, somebody's coming to help get the session loaded and to make sure that all of the speakers are there. In terms of the attendees coming, you want to collect their CE verification card from attendees as they enter. And then want to make sure you start on time. End on time is really important. So may want to sit in the back of the room. And if we're getting close to end of time, wave your hands, do a dance, give them a wrap up symbol, but you want to be there to kind of help them to ensure the session starts and ends on time. Want to introduce yourself and then the speakers, and then you can just hand things over to them. We, during the session, record the number of attendees. So you want to put that number at the top here. And you'll be returning this packet back to Sarah Whitman at registration at the end of the session. And then towards the end of the session, you're going to place a sticker on the CE verification card in the appropriate space that makes sense for that card. So I'm going to scroll down for a minute, and you'll see that there's a little sticker here that will be in your packet. Just take it off and put it onto the attendee CE card. Now, if somebody comes late to the session or has to leave early, be sure to put the time that they arrived and the time that they left on their sticker, because if they aren't there for the whole time, they can still get partial CE credit. So we want to be sure if they're there for 30 minutes, that's fine. They can get 0.5 CE credits. So just put that time down on the card. And then after the session, you want to be sure to thank the speakers for coming, return all the CE cards to the attendee. They should pick it up from you at the end. And then remind folks to complete the evaluation. And as we had last year, we had a QR code for evaluations. So the last page in your packet will be the QR code for evaluation. So they can scan it here with you, or it will also be outside of the room on the easel that'll have the name of the session. The third place that they can find the evaluation is also going to be in the app. So multiple places for them to get the evaluation and to get the QR code. So that is, and then again, really big reminder is that you want to return the whole packet back to Sarah Whitman. If for some reason somebody doesn't pick up their CE verification card, you would also return that to Sarah Whitman. We don't expect that any of our host volunteers are tracking people down throughout the conference to hand them their CE card. Just bring it right back to the registration table, and Sarah's going to instruct them when she gives them their CE card that if for some reason you lose it or you're missing it, that's kind of going to be our lost and found space. We'll be at the registration area. One thing that I will suggest is that you download our app. If not already, you will have gotten information about how to download the app. So go ahead and download that. If you haven't received it, I'm not sure what time it was launching to go out today, but I know an email is going out very soon to everyone who registered to download the app, familiarize yourself with that. And then the last thing that I will say is my number. This is my personal cell phone number here. Please call me at any time. You are really our eyes and ears in every session because I can't be in every session. So if the room is cold, if the room is hot, if someone gets sick, if a speaker doesn't show up, please feel free to call me. Anything that happens, I'll have my phone with me, and you can call me and I will come right to your session right away and handle and support whatever it is that you may need. I think that's it. A lot of you have hosted before. Am I missing anything that we should mention? And are there any questions about what I went over? And again, all of this will be in your host packet that you'll have with you when you pick it up.
I have one question, Sarah, and sorry if we did this last year and I forget. So we won't have paper evaluations. We can just like have the QR code up and or outside in the hallway, but that's what we'll use.
That is correct. Yep, there
Okay.
will not be any paper evaluations this year.
Will they have that on their app as well, the capability of doing it there?
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
so they'll have, you will have this sheet of paper here.
Right?
You will also have it outside the door, and then you will also have it on the app that you can
Great.
instruct people to go to.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So technically they don't need us, but we will give them 3 ways to do it.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. One change for the CE cards this year, they used to be half sheet. This year, they are going to be able to fit inside of everyone's badge. So we are hoping that that will lower the amount of people losing their CE cards. And it's just kind of cumbersome. Like, where do I put it? And folding it up and putting it in our pockets. It was kind of cumbersome. So this year, they will all fit inside of everyone's badge. And for those that may not be aware, not everyone will have a CE card. There are only certain people that needing CEs will have them. So you may have a session where you only have 2 or 3 people with a CE card, and that's perfectly normal and fine. So don't expect to have 60 people needing, handing you a CE card. Any other questions? Okay, well, I will stop sharing and I'm going to stop the recording.